for a little bit of support as somebody's beating and banging on it. Of course, the rear bumper is made out of a fiberglass or a hard plastic.
There it is. Bam.
See the 44 car ran over.
Boy.
Look at there, right over the windshield of the 31 car. Robbie Gordon. Remember, these are plastic Lexan windshields, so you don't have to worry about it cracking the windshield. I don't know if he was going to pit here. I would have to believe Dale Jarrett might come to pit road. He restarted this race leading. He fell back to 20th. He's on pit road along with Jeremy Mayfield, Steve Park, Mike Skinner, Jerry Nadeau, Bill Elliott, Steve Grissom. A lot of the cars at the back of the pack coming to pit road.
Yeah, Kenny Schrader, Elliott Sadler, Robbie Gordon's in, Ricky Craven, Kyle Petty, Joe Nemechek, Stacy Compton, and Hermie Sadler. Dick?
Well, Dale Jarrett's going to take 4 tires on, throw 2 cans of gas in the thing. A minor chassis adjustment to the automobile. Car is much better now than it had been at the start of the race last night, which seems like an eternity ago.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that were here last night that don't know that we didn't race last night. I think it's just a long race.
The 24 Hours of Richmond continues on FX after this. We've just restarted at lap 93. Ward Burton takes off from Jeff Green and the rest of his field. Matt Kenseth and Michael Waltrip were trying to get laps back from the leader without success. And Jimmy Spencer now third with Sterling Marlin, his Ganassi Racing teammate, right behind him. Then Jeff Burton, Ricky Rudd, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
We had 17 of our cars pit on that caution, mainly cars that were at the back of the field.
And I think Michael's a good indication of he took tires, and he's not as good as the guys that didn't take tires. So those tires don't come right in, and he's in trouble back there.
Yeah, spring rubber down on the apron of the racetrack.
Yeah,
out of harm's way.
Unless it came out of my car, then it hurts something.
Now, Bill Elliott lost that bumper reinforcement, and you saw it bounce up off over Steve Grissom's car here and into Robbie Gordon's windshield. Pow!
Look at that. I wonder it didn't stick in there.
It actually did. It put a hole in it. Again, that's Lexan. What they did, they took a piece of clear tape. They call it helicopter tape. It's what you put maybe on the front of your motorhome or your truck or your car to protect the front end, and sealed that hole right up on that windshield.
That's the beauty part about having Lexan as far as windshields go. If it had been a standard windshield like in a passenger car, it just shattered it.
Coming up on quarter distance, and as he did in the long green flag run last night, Ward Burton is doing a disappearing act.
I'm telling you, he's just checking out. I mean, that car just looks pretty good. I'm telling you, it looked awesome last night. He's picking up right where he left off, right, Matt?
You're exactly right, EW, and that was a major concern for his crew chief, Tommy Baldwin Jr., is how that car would run today. In the daytime, Tommy, that car looks like it's picked up right where it left off last night.
Yeah, we were really concerned about being back at, losing a little track position, but, car stuck on the bottom past all them guys. I think all it did was help Ward's confidence a little bit right now. I think we just got to start pulling the reins back a little bit, if anything. But real proud of the guys back in the shop, brand new race car, like we said last night, and everything's so far so good.
Up until 1999, Ward Burton had never led a lap here at Richmond. Believe it or not, he's never scored a top 5 finish. If this car holds true, he could break that one this afternoon. To Steve Burns.
Matt, Steve Park restarted this race 24th, but he was one of the 17 drivers who pitted. They made a track bar adjustment, went up 1 turn, changed 4 tires, but they had a lug nut fall off one of the left wheels rather, cost him more positions off pit road, currently being shown 35th.
Now that's something, Larry, that could happen. They glue those nuts up on those wheels. They could have done that last night. That glue gets too dry, too hard. When you hit that wheel up against those lug studs, they'll pop one of those nuts off. So might be a product of the things laying there all night.
Yeah, I mean, the glue they use is a weather strip adhesive. It's made by 3M. It's a yellow glue, and normally about 3 to 4 hours is what you want. You don't want that glue to become hard. You want it just to become tacky.
I don't know why it won't stick to the lug nut. It sticks to your fingers forever.
But yeah, the 2 best cars from last night right now are the 2 best cars today. Ward Burton in the 22, Jeff Green in the 30. That was by far the 2 best cars last night.
And I don't know, but my experience has been when my car is good, it's pretty hard to mess it up. You can put tires on, you can do about anything you want to it. It's just good, and there's nothing you can do to hurt it. And when it's bad, sometimes there's nothing you can do to help it.
Our serial scoring brought to you by Rent-A-Center shows you how Jimmy Spencer's night and day as Mr. Excitement has gone from 30th at lap 20 up to 3rd place right now.
Yeah, I think he's settled in right there. I think he's pretty happy. He's kind of in a little zone all by himself. Be a good place to ride for a while. Sterling's getting a challenge from Jeff Burton.
That's 4th place.
Ricky Rudd, the 28 car, he was trying to get up in there as well, but Sterling slips back in line before Ricky Rudd can get up that left rear quarter panel.
All right, Darrell, who would you rather have behind you, your teammate or your brother?
Well, it'd be good if my teammate was my brother. I guess I don't know. I tell you, it's been my experience that guys don't pay much attention to who's in that car. They just, the next car you got to pass.
Well, Jimmy Spencer just overdrove turn 3 and way up the racetrack. Jeff Burton in the 99 pulled right up to his rear bumper and brought Sterling Marlin and Ricky Rudd with him. Jeff Hammond, what's going on down there at the Hollywood Hotel?
Well, I thought I'd let you guys know. I talked to Jeff Burton this morning. I was asking about his car and what he thought about the weather conditions. And he said, man, I'm telling you right now, I really think I've got a great race car. I said, well, can you run with your brother? He said, if I can work my way through traffic without knocking the front fenders off this car, I can outrun my brother. That's a pretty strong statement, as good as Ward looks here today.
Well, he's backing it up right now, Jeff, because he is all over the back of Spencer. Whoa. And he's getting up off of 2 really good. Well, Michael's in trouble again, guys.
Brett Bodine got in the back of him, Darrell, and sent him up the hill at turn 2.
He's getting punted around all over the place.
And you see Kurt Busch in the midst of that pack. Kurt Busch had a little brush with the concrete here.
Well, he had a pretty good brush because the right side of that car is pancaked.
And this is his backup car. He wrecked his primary car almost right out of the truck on Friday before qualifying.
Here's a look at it.
I tell you, this is pretty hard lick. Looked to me like just judging by the side of his car. Yeah, bounced off there pretty good.
And Darrell, what happened? You carry a lot of speed off turn 2, and it's almost like the racetrack turns too quick. It's like it should go on out a little bit, and you're just carrying so much momentum, you're just getting to the outside wall of that right side.
It's holding you, and then it just dumps you all at once, and the back end will hop out. And it doesn't do it every time. You'll be coming through there one time and the wheels turn left, wide open, and the throttle feels good. Next time you come through there, wheels turn left, wide open, hit the fence. Tony Stewart there looks like he's just kind of riding along. Him and Bobby Labonte both. They don't look like they don't look all that good right now.
But remember, these 2 cars, Bobby Labonte and Tony Stewart, they had to start at the rear of the field because of changing motors. Qualified up the front. Matt, what's going on with Tony Stewart?
Larry Mack, Tony Stewart restarted from the 25th position today. He came here and tested. His car was extremely fast off the truck, but what Greg Zipadelli and the Home Depot crew did, they made their car react poorly so they would know how to adjust it back to where Tony liked it, the comfort zone, so to speak. Last night, his car was extremely tight in the center of the corner. 2 pit stops to try to adjust on that Pontiac. But the second stop, they never really got a good run to see how their last adjustments did to the race car. Tony reported today the car is much, much better today, currently riding in the 17th position.
Yeah, he's got some damage on the whole right side of that car, like he got into somebody. Right front fender shoved in. Probably in, yeah, you can see the nose is beating it. I mean, he's got quite a bit of damage to the car. The nose, the right side.
And then we think that may have happened when Michael Waltrip was trying to get to pit road with that flat tire. I mean, there was a lot of cars stacked up behind him.
Did you see that, Mike?
Yeah, Jeff Gordon just put one on Junior going into turn number 3 and squirreled him up the racetrack. It did not change the position, however.
No, but it will, because Junior will say, now don't do that anymore, because I'll let you go if you quit doing that.
This is a battle for 8th.
Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd has moved up to 5th.
Junior goes up the hill, and that's what you do.
There.
You kind of let a guy know you're there. You don't wreck him. You just let him know you're there. And then if he's smart, he'll move up the hill, and he might just give you a little nerf back to say, I didn't appreciate that.
But he can't stay up that hill, or he'll lose more than that 1 position.
See, one thing that makes this track tough is for a car to be good in 3 and 4, it's way too tight in 1 and 2. The way you come off turn 4, the track opens up, is what your car's got to be tight. You get over to turn 2, you don't want it to be tight. You want it to turn. You push it loose over there, and that's why they jump sideways the way they do.
It's not going to be many laps, though. Ward Burton, our leader, the 22 car, he's going to be in the lap traffic, and that's going to be exactly what Jeff Green is going to be looking for, is traffic for the leader.
Little bump and run here at Richmond.
Winston Cup Racing on FX is brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser with the crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers.
Matt Kenseth has passed leader Ward Burton to get one of his laps back, but Burton is now starting to mow down lapped cars.
And I got to tell you, if Ward Burton will just control his emotions, be patient, there's nobody that can run with him. He's fast. He's the fastest car on the track. Car looks great. He could win this race, but he's got to be cautious.
Boy, if you ever have to practice patience, it's in lap traffic.
Well, on a short track like this, I mean, you know, you got to just be careful. You don't want to beat the car all up.
Now, I know he's 4 seconds back, but in third place, Ricky Rudd was 14th when this race got the green flag to restart on lap 76. He's now worked his way up to 4th place, and Rudd is coming.
We also talked about Matt Kenseth. He's still 1 lap down. Remember, he has about 15 laps fresher tires than the leader, and that's what enabled him, I think, to drive by Ward to make one of those laps up.
And another of the cars we talked about in the mid-race show to watch when we got back to the green flag was Jeff Green. And Jeff is still doing a great job right there in 2nd place, half a second behind Ward Burton.
Yeah, actually, in traffic, Ward and he are the same speed, 22.3. But behind them now is Rudd and Jeff Burton. They're 22.1s. So they're closing a little bit with the cars in traffic.
And what will happen, these cars trying to stay on the lead lap, they will fight the leader, Ward Burton. But once Ward Burton has went by him and the 2nd, 3rd place car catches them, they won't wrestle them quite as hard. There's no reason to.
And between those two groups, Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer holds on to 3rd place. Let's go to his pit.
And Jimmy Spencer has been told by his crew chief, Doug Randolph, that he has the fastest car on the speedway. Lap after lap after lap, Spencer is cutting the quickest lap times. He has pitted, came in on lap 62, and took on just 2 tires. And he's this quick, Mike Joy.
Thanks, Dick Spencer in 3rd. Behind him, Rudd, Burton, and then rookie Ryan Newman.
Got a pretty good race for the lead now. That traffic has slowed Burton up to where Jeff Green is right on his back bumper.
Ryan Newman, he is having a good run. He was one of the teams that tested up here, and he told me the other day, it was 95 degrees air temperature when they tested.
Might have been a good day to just go home.
Here's that battle for the front spot. Jeff Green having, I would say, the best evening and day, the best race of his Winston Cup career so far, on the trail of Ward Burton. Newman and Jeff Burton locked in a battle for 5th.
When your car takes off, when you come out of turn 4 here and the car starts to push up, it opens the door down underneath you for somebody to come under you, and it really makes that's what makes this track fun to watch.
Now, this 55 car, Bobby Hamilton, he's on pit road. This is a scheduled pit stop. He was running in 12th, but he has not been to pit road since lap 24, so he ran over 100 laps. He was forced to come to pit road under green here.
Well, he'll be fine if we don't have any cautions. That'll all work out just fine for him. Eventually, you get out of sequence, he can end up in great shape, but everybody's got to pit under green for that to happen.
Comes the leader's off turn 4 right now, 40 miles an hour down this pit road. He's probably going to go 2 laps down.
But stopping now, Hamilton's on a 2-stop race.
Yes. He could do it on 2 stops should we go green the rest of the way, which is doubtful, but never say never.
No, and this place can go green for long periods of time, particularly when they're just everybody's minding their manners, and we're pretty spread out right now.
And blend in off turn 2 and try to get in.